I am back. No, that's not even funny, because now I'm going to be chewing on that.
Drive by.
So, I you for real? No, I actually can't deal with you. Why? Sorry, as I was saying, are you for real?
He just fucking dropped his dummy.
Do you know how much confidence I need to build up to do a video?
Oh, what a day.
Oh, what a day. I can't do it with you there. Coil video. Stop! Hey guys, I'm back. She's sleeping. What is it? She's after the little mic on top. As promised, I was going to do a full story on my coil. And yeah, the dramas with that. Yeah, with my whole coil story, if you've been following me on Instagram, then you shall know pretty much the full story if you followed it over the past just over a year. So I wasn't on any contraception when I met Ryan, and I was like, right, I need to sort this out. The contraception that I've had before over in the past is the implant that literally made me bleed constant, like literally constantly. And I had it in for quite a while as well, and I was just like, I don't know why I had it in for that long. I was like, maybe my body will take to it soon. But I've heard a lot of people also have constant bleeding with it. So the contraception that I've had in the past has literally not worked for me at all. The pill made me extra hormonal than I already am naturally, and having polycystic ovaries as well is just yeah, hormonal as it is. Implant I had made me constantly bleed. I had it for a long time as well, and I don't actually know why I had it in so long. I feel like just at some point my body was going to take it and the bleeding would stop, but it never did. So I had that out. So I thought, hey, let's try the coil. I've heard that's pretty good. And same again with polycystic ovaries, PCOS. It's like that is meant to be, it's meant to be compatible with it. Obviously it's got no hormones. It's not a hormonal contraception. So I thought I'll try that. Well, bugger. I wish I didn't. Because, yeah, here goes the long story of it all. I figured the coil was the one I was definitely going to go for after a lot of thinking. And at the time, heard good things about it. But since I've had all the problems with it, it was nothing but bad stories. So yeah, that was not a great option to have. But anyway, we went for the appointment to have it done. We actually got turned away the first time, didn't we? Because we you're waking him. We basically done the deed within the time space that we shouldn't have.
Many times.
Okay, yeah. Many a times we did. So yeah, she actually gave me the it was that day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They gave me the morning after pill. Anyway, so this one's sitting here thinking, ha ha ha. you shouldn't have had it. But
then I had a feeling about it, didn't I?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Literally, Ryan had a feeling as soon as I took it. We didn't really think much of it either, did we?
I did, yeah.
No, yeah, you did. And I didn't really think much of it. I was like, well, you know, we wasn't planning on to have a baby within another year anyway. And so I took the pill, but you straight away afterwards, didn't you? But before I took it, you thought something, but you didn't actually tell me until after I took it.
Well, I said I don't feel comfortable with it really, but obviously it's ultimately your decision.
Yeah.
But you just did that, I think, because they kind of press you a little bit when you're in there, don't they?
Oh yeah, she really pressured. She pretty much took it out of the packet,
yeah,
put it in front of me, glass of water, and I was just like, okay. Anyway, I took this pill anyway. I And then afterwards you kind of think, but you was like, definitely like, I don't think you should have took that pill.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Anyway, so not much else happened then. Went back for our next appointment because I couldn't get the coil fitted that day. So went back to actually have the coil fitted. Had a pregnancy test. They're literally right in front of their eyes. Not actually peed in a cup, but peed in a cup and then you passed it through a little latch. They literally dip the stick in front of you. Not pregnant. Thought, okay. So, yeah. Lay down on the bed. Have it fitted. It hurt so much, just to let you know. And I'm someone that can take pain. I've had 2 babies, completely natural.
Well, I've seen you give birth now, and the comparison from you giving birth to that was like...
Yeah, it wasn't nice.
You getting the coil fitted was like a 10 out of 10 for pain.
Getting the coil fitted, I would say, hurt more than having him.
Yeah,
like, by far.
Like 100% would agree.
Yeah. Anyway, so I had that fitted. Come away, and was it like... Yeah, it was weeks. I had bad constipation. I had... My boobs just swelled up. My belly got puffy, which I'm kind of used to anyway. My polycystic ovaries, I'm always used to bloating all the time, pretty much. I'm always bloated. So I thought nothing of that. But I just had like weird stomach pain, so I thought that was to do with the constipation. Boobs got enlarged, and all the symptoms was basically the same as getting the coil fitted to pregnancy. So anyway, you kept saying, didn't you? And my hormones and my mood was just like, I'm literally sweating. Oh, lovely. Yeah, and my mood was just a lot. Even I couldn't handle myself.
We went away for Christmas, didn't we?
We went away for Christmas, and all I wanted was fruit, wasn't it? Like, I literally craved fruit. That was on the way home. We actually had to stop at a garage, and I think I spent 20 quid on, like, apples. And, well, apples, oranges.
And donuts was the other thing.
And donuts.
Donut, you was craving a donut.
But yeah, whilst away for Christmas, I don't know, I just didn't feel right, did I, the whole time? My stomach wasn't right. No, I just wasn't right at all. Wasn't myself.
I didn't think you went to the toilet for, like, 2 weeks before that.
I don't think any did.
Well, it's true though.
TMI. Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
You literally couldn't go to the toilet, and you was in so much bloody pain.
Yeah, I was in so much pain. I actually don't know how I even ate the Christmas dinner, but I cooked it, so I was like, I'm eating this dinner.
But your hormones were awful.
Yeah, they was awful, absolutely awful. And I was vaping at the time, and it was literally over Christmas when we was away as well. I was like, this is making me feel sick. Like, I feel so sick. Even Ryan vaping, literally, even in the same, like, 1 step away, it was like, get that away from me. I was like heaving and everything, wasn't I?
I noticed it when we were driving home and you actually fell asleep in the car.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't really do. I hardly ever fall asleep in a car, and I was just like, I'm exhausted, and I literally just fell asleep.
Yeah. Then you woke up and needed apples.
And I woke up and I was like, I want apples, I want fruit, I'm craving fruit. Anyway, so how long after that? So it was way December, Christmas.
That was end of December. You had the call fitted at the end of November, the 26th of November.
See, Ryan's so much better than dates. Anything to do with numbers, dates.
Then I think we
in
went
and out.
away on the 23rd of December, come back on Boxing Day.
Mhm.
And then...
Because we had a date night here, didn't we?
Yeah, that was like the 20-odd of January.
January. So yeah, so it was still a little while after that. And obviously Ryan was still noticing signs, and I was just like, no, it's the coil. I'm fine. I'm good. Nothing to worry about. I was even Googling the symptoms, and it literally said all the symptoms for the coil being fitted. So I was like, no need to worry here. So we had a little date night, didn't we? Ate everything you're not meant to eat when you're pregnant. A whole bottle of red wine as well. And because bear in mind, we'd just moved into this place as well, hadn't we? It was like literally just before we went away for Christmas. And so we hadn't had any time together properly, and didn't even have dinner, I don't think, in this house. Would have we then?
We would have a couple of times, but that was like the first date.
But I mean, just
night.
me and you, like a proper dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so that night, So we had dinner, all seafood, lovely dinner, nice bottle of red. And Ryan was like, you need to do a test tonight. I was like, right, I'll just do it just to shut you up, but I'm fine. Literally, what was my reaction when I sat on that toilet? I literally peed on the stick within seconds. What was my reaction?
I can't remember the words you used now, but it was like, oh God.
I was like, yeah, it was just...
Because I was washing up.
But you didn't know if I was joking or not.
I thought you was having a lot, because me and Sean are joking all the time.
Oh yeah, we're always like pissing around with each other.
So I thought she was absolutely taking the mick and I was going to go in there, because I was like washing up, going to go in there and she'd be like, ha ha, got ya, ha ha.
Yeah, so it come up pregnant. And I still didn't believe that I was pregnant, so I was like, go to the garage down the road, get another test. He did.
10 tests later.
Literally. And yeah, pregnant. So this little one escaped the morning after pill and somehow still there after the coil was being fitted. So that is that small part of the story. Much more to tell yet. So yeah, we had an emergency scan the day after, wasn't it? On Sunday. And we went up to Medway, had a scan. I've got twins in my family as well. And I'm pretty much, I could have twins whenever. And we was like, oh, I wonder what if we got twins, joking around and all that. As you do. Laid on the bed, the woman's scanning, and she's got the screen facing her because obviously it wasn't planned pregnancy or anything. We didn't know what we was going to do. And she was like, oh God, like, oh blimey, like shocked, wasn't she? And we both looked at each other. Me and Ryan was like, uh-oh, that's going to be twins. She turned it around. What was it, nearly 11 weeks pregnant? I mean, when it's there in front of you and yeah, it was just no question about it. Anyway, so I was then like, next question, where's the coil? What's going to happen with the coil? So with that, a doctor came in, had a little feel up inside to see if they could feel it, and see if they could get it out there and then, but they couldn't. It had gone far too up, and come away out of its position, and yeah, attached itself to my, what was it, cervical wall. Glad Ryan knows every detail because I've just gone, this whole like story, this whole process has just baffled me. So yeah, with that I had another appointment to have a cervical scan, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And with that they had said it can't be taken out during pregnancy. It's a high risk of miscarriage. So I was like, okay. So I had to ride it out throughout my pregnancy. I had no pain or anything, to be fair. Like, I wouldn't have known the coil was there.
You had a couple of days where you was like, had a bit of pain in weird positions.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have said, probably just normal pregnancy though.
I think the other part of it people don't really talk about is it was a constant worry of every time you'd bleed or like spotting or something like that. How many times did we go to the hospital? At the beginning,
yeah.
So many times.
So with that, I then just had to kind of go along with it throughout my pregnancy, and until the first trimester. After that, I wouldn't have really known that I had the coil still. But the first trimester, I had quite a lot of spotting, bleeding, and I wouldn't say, it was just kind of weird pains, like cramping, and obviously that was quite a worry, and yeah, we were just constantly on the phone to the midwife. Was more so. He literally had the midwife on speed dial, may I add, literally no joke. And every symptom I had, he was like, it's me again. But no, yeah, in all seriousness, like, it was a worry at the beginning, like with the spotting, bleeding. And I mean, it can be normal in a healthy, normal pregnancy anyway. But I was just like, oh, is the coil interrupting my pregnancy? Is something happening? I did keep an eye on it until they couldn't physically see it anymore when he'd got too big. So obviously I had loads of questions as well. Will the coil come out with the baby? Will it be physically attached to the baby? Will I have to have surgery after? And they pretty much said it will come out with the baby, should do. If it doesn't, then yes, surgery. Yeah, so had him completely natural. The birth, I mean, that could be even another story. The whole birth situation is a whole nother story. So yeah, had him and the coil didn't come out. So we were all just looking there at the placenta on like the floor, everything. We were all wasn't we? And it was just like, there's no coil. And literally, they got me in the next day. We come out of hospital, what was it, 8:30 at night?
Yeah.
9 a.m. they wanted to scan me to see where this flipping coil was after I gave birth. I'm not even joking you.
How mad's that?
Yeah, I'm not even joking you. It was like, and there's me trying to get on the table. They didn't even know I just had a baby, did they? I'm bleeding heavily. Literally wasn't even aware. And this was the beautiful creation. Yeah, there's me popping on myself on the table, like in pain, like I've literally just had a baby come out of here and you want to put this big, thick camera up inside. Was not enjoyable. But I took it and they found the coil. It's still hanging on in there. Literally doesn't want to come out, this thing, does it? And they was like, okay, we've got... Actually, no, they scared me, didn't they? With the whole C-section thing. So, which is another story. Another nurse said about, you may have to have a C-section, like, as the worst case. Obviously putting a camera inside me, hooking it out, blah, blah, blah. Or keyhole surgery or C-section. I was just like, that was my worst fear when giving birth anyway. So I was like, I don't want to be having that, thank you. So, yeah, anyway, they put this camera up and said, obviously I have to have surgery. I then got a date booked in. They sent a letter, what was it? Few days, up to a week, something like that, afterwards. So, and then I got my surgery date, and no, I had to go for another, no, did I have to go for another scan before that? I can't remember. Anyway, so I got my surgery date, in I go, all ready. Oh yeah, and literally an hour before I went on that bloody operating table, what happened? I came on my period. Literally came on my period. You couldn't write it. I was like, this coil is literally going to be the death of me. I'm not even joking. So yeah, I've got to speak a bit quieter because Mads is napping. But yeah, you couldn't write it. Literally sitting there in my sexy little gown, ready to have the coil finally removed, and my body's like, you're going to have a period, love, as well. Have that, just chuck that in there. So yeah, but anyway, I had the surgery, and if you'd like to help me out here, I had to have a hysteroscopy. I said it. I'm well proud of myself. That's what I had. I'm not going to say it again because I won't be able to say it. But yeah, the removal of the copper coil, finally out, and the surgery went great. I do have it here to show you guys, but you're going to have to wait for that. I went in, what was it, about midday, 12:30, wasn't it? Can't remember what time I woke up. I was in no pain or anything. I was just very, very drowsy. And yeah, but the surgeon actually come round to me whilst I was trying to come around, and he was like, your story is just, I've never heard anything like it. And I was like, oh really? Which, to be fair, a lot of people have said to me, like the whole story put together. There's been stories, obviously the coil's come away of where it is meant to be placed and stuff, but the whole story itself. And he was like, I'd love to write about it. And at the time I was literally coming around, I was so dopey. And I was just like, yeah mate, go for it. Hello. Oh, he's just woke up just staring at me. We're talking about you. But yeah, and I was just like, yeah mate, crack on. But yeah, I'm here to tell the story about my own story, which a lot of people have been very interested in my story going along with it. So yeah, I was like, I need to just tell my whole story. But when it's you don't really think about it. And where I was just going through so much as well, like the surprise pregnancy and going through the pregnancy and just everything in life itself, you kind of forget about it and just crack on. And yeah, I'm just one of them people who just literally just cracks on anyway. So yeah, I didn't really think too deeply about my story, to be fair, until a few people said it. And then I had my smear test done as well the other day, and the nurse actually said to me, oh, are you sorting contraception out, blah 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 blah. And I was just like, well, I've literally just had the coil out. She goes, oh, you've only just had it out already, like thinking I've just literally had it put in and taken out. I was like, no, it's been in there the whole time. And she was just absolutely stunned by it as well. She's like, wow. I was like, yep. It's the reaction I get. Here is and it's actually bigger than I thought. And I literally said, when the surgeons come round, because they just do some checkups and stuff, and like weighing you and all your tests and your obs, blah blah blah. And I was like, can you write in your notes that I want to keep it? Because I was like, it's been through a lot, I need to keep it. Also, the first thing I did was smell it. It doesn't smell of nothing, by the way. I just had to do it. I had to smell it. But look at this, as if that was inside, and the baby and whatever else. I mean, can you actually see that? I'm trying to focus it. I mean, it's even playing up now. This is an absolute devil. Why won't you focus? Ah, there she is. Like, can you actually tell how big that is compared to my hand? Like, I think it's so much bigger than I thought. No wonder it bloody hurt. Imagine having that in and just, ugh. It actually makes me feel sick now. Like, if I knew about this, like, it's just crazy. I just find it absolutely fascinating. So, but yeah, that's gonna stay in there and keep well away from me. And yeah, that is my story. I think I covered everything. It's such a long story. It's hard to remember everything, especially when you're going through pregnancy brain, baby brain. But yeah, I think I covered everything. After this, I'm going to be like, oh, I forgot to, add this in. But yeah, if you want to ask me any questions, then do ask me in the comments. I'm happy to reply to every single one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell button too. I hope you have enjoyed the video. And do make sure you are protected.